fuck is it?
It's going to be a beautiful night.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had someone to share it with.
No, you do
Come
not
on,
mute me over this. I swear to you,
Oh, I
told me
think
you
we've
would
got
never
more
use
than
this
that.
video.
Take a look.
This was supposed to be hidden. Screw you, Malcolm.
It's Matt and Abe.
No!
God, I wish it was louder.
And welcome to the 5th anniversary of Take 3. This is
You know what? Fuck it. Here goes our monetization. First 2 minutes. Fuck, shit. Fuck, fucking fuck. Continue, Malcolm. That's yours.
That was the last time I played. I was saving it for a special occasion, and this is a special occasion. But with that being said, over here we've got Matt. Matt, how's it going?
It was going well. It was. Until that video that I didn't even request to be made was made. I was forced to make it the intro of the Fandom Podcast, and I was told that was the one and only time it was ever going to be viewed. Fuck. Yeah, we're not monetized anymore, guys. Besides that, it's going well. It's Labor Day here in America. Well, it's Labor Day tomorrow. Labor Day weekend, which means I don't have to work, which is great. So yeah. But yeah. Fuck you, Malcolm.
But
I'm glad
here,
your face decided to eat the beard.
But also here we've got Garth. Garth, how's it going?
All right. I'm a disabled comics artist, so I don't work anyway. So Labor Day means nothing to me. So happy to be here.
And last but not least, we've got Manning. Manning, how's it going?
I don't get Labor Day off because in news you have to fight for every single day, including holidays.
You gotta fight.
You're right. To party.
And also, we've also got Paige. Paige, how's it going?
Hey, fellow Boston person. Yeah.
Hey, of course. No, I wanted to stop by and say congrats, guys, on the 5 years. That's so fucking crazy and so long. So congrats to you guys. That's insane. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones that we've been going for so long. We've gone through a whole bunch of different logos.
Yes.
We've got that one.
Wow.
That looks like a president bus.
That one. That one.
That.
I actually don't have the current one in here, which there was a fail on my part, but
Yeah, if only
Yeah.
you used our drive, Malcolm.
No, but you guys always stuck with the same name, though. So kudos to you guys.
yeah.
No, for a while there, as you saw the logo, they were TAC 3 for a while. So
Oh, yeah.
You missed. We were Take 17 for like a day. We had switched all of. I remember
Day and a
that.
half
Was
or
it April
something.
Fool's Day, or it was something. We switched everything over to Take 17.
No, it was Ken said something in a Schmodown thing to PJ's like, you're part of Take 17. And
Brian?
Yeah.
Abe is still here. Do not be spurged to the name of Abe Flores. Yeah, Abe. That is not.
No, but I was about to say,
Fake news.
we were in the process of I remember I suggested a while ago, hey, what if we change the name? And everyone shot me down. Nope, we're keeping this name. And I think
Brand
that's the testament.
recognition, man.
No,
And
and
Exactly.
you're right.
No, you guys, kudos to you
Cynicism.
guys.
Exactly. I think that was the thing of this is the name. Changing it now would be you guys steered me back on the straight and narrow. In the sense
Also,
of what?
myself, I'm not creative enough. What the hell else? Would be Take 4? The sequel. I wouldn't be good at another name.
Yeah, I like that you guys have a different, unique, and you stuck with it, guys. And I love it. And I love all the content that you guys put out. So I've only been on taught the Rankum, but if you guys ever want me on anything else, let me know.
yeah.
Taken.
But we've definitely had a lot of fun moments. One clip that I have pulled out is back in the early days we did Take 3 was where the fan leagues started.
It was born
and
in the darkness.
Oh, wow.
And we did have and we managed to get Brett Sheridan in for one match,
Yeah.
but then for the post-match
Brett.
interviews, this happened.
And back and forth.
I'm out of here. I can't even.
I was worried there in round one.
Oh no!
Whoa!
Oh!
What the hell? That is
You're snaking my boy.
Christian Harlow!
You're snaking my boy.
No!
He's close to that.
You just snaked my boy. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Oh my god!
Congrats to you, sir. You've just embarrassed my friend. You're dead to me.
Oh no!
None of this will air.
You're all dead to me.
Oh no!
Have you learned nothing from what apparently the comment section does? Fix the match. That's what they say in the comments, right?
Yeah.
Fix it.
Actually, that's
Oh, it was
what
a good job. He was sweating bullets over here, and I was watching him. I think I probably made him nervous. So, congratulations to you all. And now you've ruined any chances to getting anyone from my show on ever again.
Oh no!
Sit back down.
Oh my god!
Thanks, Chris.
I was on
the
that
box in
Skype
the
chat. I
background
was on that.
during it.
I was in
But with that being said, I'm going to go around the board. But Matt, what are some of your favourite sort of moments that you've done on Take 3?
Jesus, that's. I probably should have expected that question, but as Brian did point out, I've one of only 2 people now who has been around since the start of the channel. So I've been here for 5 years. So there's a lot of things. Like I remember the Fan Schmodown League days. I remember when that started. My first match was against Matt Beer. I remember that. God, there's so many.
That's 5 years worth.
Yeah, 5 years worth. Like this is like asking me, what are some memories of childhood? I don't know. I got like 12 years worth of them. Geez. I mean, I remember when I was brought on to the crew. I remember I had been a guest on the first episode of those sort of live iteration of the Take 3 podcast. And I was brought on to sort of discuss like the Fan Schmodown League and YouTube stuff. And I had sort of pitched the show that at the time I was going to do on my own channel. And then afterwards, Chris Dome in the chat and Jacob and some of the other original members had asked me to come and do the show over here, which is how I started here. I remember our first reaction was Bibiani versus Dewberry, and I was on that. The movie Fandom Show obviously was the show I started with. Then I moved on to Second Look. Now I got Second Look and the Fandom Podcast and Simple Tricks and Nonsense. I was very lucky for this show. I was able to meet guys like Mark Riley, Mike Kalinowski, Ben and Drew from Team Action. A lot of good laughs, a lot of fun times, and they're all brought to you by National Treasure, which is available on DVD, Blu-ray. And I'm sure throughout the show, Malcolm and they can come in as you please. I think some of our favorite special celebrity guests could make some appearances whenever you want them. I won't just out of the blue let them come on. But when you want them, when you want a special guest to come in, Malcolm, let me know.
I wonder who that could be.
I got one right now. He would love to talk, but that's up to the host if he can come on.
I mean, he can talk if he wants, but
all right,
not that I can stop him.
Here's guest number 1. Let me go grab him.
Okay.
Take 3. It's me, Vin Diesel. Obviously, I had to be here because family. It's very important to me. It's important to you. You got 5 years worth of family. I remember I used to do the rankings for when you guys used to do fantasy, but then you stopped doing fantasy. But you know what? Didn't matter because by that point we were family, and that's the best kind of fantasy there is. Happy 5 years. Also, by the way, Fast and Furious, all 9 films are available on Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, and in some areas, Betamax. I love you, my family. Bye, Vin.
But yeah, I really wish I downloaded the clip in there of one of the reactor summits when you were promoting fantasymts.com.
Oh, fantasymts.com for all your movie trivia showdown fantasy needs. Get yourself a live crew like Take 3 and create your own live video on YouTube for, I don't know, the next 2 hours. By the way, this is why we don't do summits live. However, I'll say this. If we were sponsored by fantasymts.com, we would probably do a live somewhere every week. That's right, fantasymts.com.
But with that, I'm going to move on. Garth, what are some of your favourite sort of memories from watching Take 3's content?
Well, I haven't watched the whole 5 years. I started watching Schmodown, I think, 2017, and binged and watched all their stuff, and that led me to Take 3 and other shows and fan league stuff. But Matt, of course, is one of the standouts. Because whether it's, watch-alongs and reviews and reactions and stuff, he's always throwing out jokes and has a lot of celebrity friends over at his place all the time. I mean, I don't know how they have time to make movies. They're always at Matt's. But it's always been an entertaining thing, and all the he's getting another.
Oh, he got another one coming.
No, it's not. I just gotta go and do that.
Oh. He's at the Venice Film Festival right now, so he's going to grab all those people there.
But yeah, he's always having a big party at his house with celebrities. I don't know how he does it. But yeah, and I've been on a lot of the shows, mostly Rank 'em and stuff, and it's a fun network. Variety.
Yep. Manning, what's some of your favorite memories from Take 3?
I have tucked away in the corner of my mind a memory that stretches all the way back to like the inception of the very first season of the fan leagues. I went up against what's his name? Stowell? Does anyone know Jonas Stowell?
Jonas Stowell.
And it was me and him in the final. And I lost. But then there were certain things, because he never used a screen. We never knew exactly. We never saw his face whatsoever. So to this day, I still say I won in my mind.
No. We did, but then magically, the guy who knew everything, once we went to all on video, he magically stopped knowing all.
Exactly.
No, we're not saying anything. We're also not saying anything.
I will always have that in the back of my mind. Being the first time you all invited me, that I was like, "Hey, may I participate?" And this is like the early inception, but I wasn't even a member of Take 3. I was just a casual passerby who was in movie talk back before. Geez, Louise, no, back when it was Schmoes No, and then it became movie talk. And then y'all let me go on that first match. I made it to the very end until ultimately that entire tragedy occurred, and but I remember that fondly as how I met a lot of y'all. And then another thing, I remember I never got the chance to face Jacob Blunden back in the day. Jacob, if you're watching this, I hope you remember this, but I remember I said one time before in my attempt at a promo before I retired from the game completely, I said like, I never want to be like I'm always a bridesmaid, never a bride or something. And then somehow I forgot who made it. They made a video of a bridesmaid. They cut my face out with the rest of the Take 3 members. Was it Abe who made that? And it was the funniest thing ever. Oh, yes, Chris. Yes. The greatest. That was so funny. And to this day, I remember laughing so hard and like having just the best time at something so silly. And another thing I remember is one of the very first Rankums when we tried to rank all these Abe or Clark. Yeah, it was one of them did it. I don't know who. They were our resident editors. And then another one I remember when we had our very first Rankum. Malcolm, you were there when we tried to rank all these various songs from musicals together and trying to battle it out. There is Abe. Battle it out, ranging down to the last few, and that was one of the fondest memories I've had of Rankum, because it was like 6 people that we had: me, you, Kristen, Matt. Were you there? You weren't there, Matt, or
Why,
whoever's
who the
Matt.
fuck are you talking
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't
about?
know who you are. You're not Matt. Apologies. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
in
you
there
should
somewhere.
apologize. That's an insult
right.
to
I'm
me
sorry.
that you
I'm
would
sorry.
think
I'm
I'm
sorry,
that
okay?
nerd.
Sorry. But no, I remember that fondly, and I remember also we got the famous line. We were talking about Springtime from Hitler for the producers. Clark made a comment that I'll never forget, in the sense of like, and yes, Chris Clark, Brian. Yes, I want to clarify that. He made a comment in the sense of like, what? Do you remember what it was, Malcolm?
Something
Like,
about him liking Hitler's.
Yeah, something about he liked Hitler more than something else, and we were like,
no. I think I mean, he's talking about Springtime Hitler. I think he said Hitler should be #1, and then something.
Yes, he said that. Yes, he did.
You guys are a bunch of weirdos. I know I've said
Yes.
that to your faces before, but I just gotta remind you of that.
We are. We are. But then another big fond memory that I have also, and I'll wrap it up with this one because I had a couple of them in my head, was one of the times when, I think it was when me and Matt we got to talk about Star Wars for an hour and 30 minutes. No, 3 hours, because we did 2 different episodes, and that was one of the really fun to be able to talk and geek about Star Wars for that long, because I have not done that in ages. So that was a really fun thing when we got to talk about the Clone Wars, which is for season 8 in particular. Or is it 7? One of the two. I think it's 7. But yeah, that was some of my highlights, and I will now say more.
Yeah, no, Malcolm, I'm just going to take it over from here because we all know that I'm the real host of Late Night. Abe, first off, fuck you. You and your stupid long hair. I see you stop cutting it. Oh, look, I love the man bun.
He's gone.
It's so cute over there. Manny, fuck you. You thought I was Matt? That's an insult to me. Malcolm, you should
Your name
be here.
says Matt Kearns.
Finally, you don't look like
a
a director who people only know because of 2 movies from the early 2000s. So what's up, guys? It's Vinny here. You guys always can follow me at Vinny Sloan 76 on Twitter. So obviously that's pizza. There's probably a good old New York slice because it's the best slice around. Okay, so guys, I'm here because it's the 5-year anniversary. Well, we all know Abe likes sticking things that look like that down his gullet every day. So look, I'm here because Take 3 might have started before me, but let's all know everybody tuned in for me. I used to do the movie news, but I don't do the movie news no more because I got better things to do than talk about I don't know, you freaking superhero shit. But did you hear that Expendables 4 is happening? Okay. It's going to be freaking incredible, okay? Because that trilogy is the greatest film trilogy of all time. Don't even try to at me about that. Of course, you can at me at VinceStallone76 on Twitter. Greatest moments of mine have been every freaking time I've ever opened my mouth on this channel. I hate Vin Diesel because you guys took my segment and gave it to that bald-headed freak. Yeah, he talks about family all the time, and yet the only stories I hear is when The Rock's going to kick his ass. So Vin should probably shut his mouth. So yeah, guys, by the way, once again, Vinny Sloan 76 on Twitter. I'm going to be starting a Kickstarter for the Vinny movie because it's freaking awesome. And before I leave, Malcolm, obviously, I got to get my best friend Don here. You all know him. You love him. His show's finally on Disney Plus, so we can get that money and we can go out drinking. It's Kermit the Frog. Come on in, Kermit. Hey, everybody, it's me. I've been drinking since about 7 a.m., so, hey, but it's Labor Day tomorrow. So, 5 years. That's, wow. When you really stop and think about 5 years of making content on YouTube, I did about 5 years of The Muppet Show. It was some of the best years of my life. And then the mouse bought the show, and they stopped producing it. That's when I started drinking again. And Piggy left me. Oh my god. Vinny, my life's depressing. Why'd you bring me here? Hey, yo, what the hell? Why'd you have to make Kermit cry, Malcolm? This is all bullshit. I hate all of you. But once again, by the way, Vinny Stallone 76 on Twitter. Follow me. I got some freaking cool tweets. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Abe, still hate the man bun.
I love it. Keep it.
But anyway, Paige, I know this might be a tricky question for you because you are relatively new to Take 3 and that, but do you have any favourite moments from Take 3?
I mean, one in particular was when I thought I was cool enough to be on the top 12 horror sequels, but Malcolm forgot to send me the link a couple weeks ago. So I wasn't on that. I'm not cool enough, guys, but it's okay. No, I mean, for me, definitely like being on rank 'em for like the top top films by female directors. I thought was a lot of fun to do. To bring some love to the female directors out there, because they don't all get the love and they all need it and deserve it because they're great at what they do. And also, I mean, I completely forgot I was on late night one time and we talked about the Clifford scary trailer, Clifford the big red dog or whatever the fuck you call it, because I think it's scary. But yeah, for me, like I try to watch as many of the rankums as possible because I mean it definitely helps me at least with like my like trivia knowledge with the Schmodown and stuff. But it's also just like fun to see everyone go at it and agree and disagree with stuff like that. So for me, it's just I love Rankum and I love everything that you guys do and stuff. But my favorite's definitely when Malcolm didn't send me the link to the top horror sequels.
Yeah,
I forgive him. He'll better have me in October though for talking some Halloween movies. So.
It was just where I was going with that. Speaking of how, starting in a couple of weeks, we will have the Halloween season. This will be on classic horror, and I can't remember which one. I know I've got page down for either 2020 one of them. I've got a long list.
You remembered at least, thank God.
I mean, the panels are all sorted, so pretty much. But anyway, Abe, what are some of your favourite moments of Take 3?
I have to ask a question. Why do you skip the 70s?
Because we've already done top shelf horror movies in the 70s.
Oh, someone wasn't paying attention.
I think Abe has sort of proven he doesn't watch shows that he didn't edit or is not a part of. And since he hasn't edited a video in like 3 years, he hasn't watched really anything.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. Abe's not the first person to ask me.
I don't even know if Abe watches the ones he's a part of. When's the last time you went to watch Gone with the Wind, Abe?
Abe's like, what's that show? Was that the political show we did?
We did do that. No.
I'm never rewatching entire Take 3 video. That's why. Answer you want? I have never rewatched entire.
Well, it's because Abe, you're so good that if you heard yourself and how good you were, you would just get too much confidence, and that is dangerous. To like Icarus flying too close to the sun. What, Abe?
I don't favorite moments of Take 3. I don't think
plug our show, Abe. Plug it.
It involves people that will not want to be mentioned and moments which should not be mentioned because we keep it clean. So the Free for All 2 party was great. Oh, I wasn't there. Sorry.
Just say your favorite Take 3 is the 70s horror movies one.
Yes. No, like
he's gonna go back and watch that one now. So we good.
It's so weird to be part of this channel for 5 years because I just started editing the Schmodown videos, and then I just was never on camera until like 5 months ago, and then I started to edit more stuff, and then I did logos, and I don't know, like I don't have a special memory. I have really bad memory. That's a bad thing.
I think you said I have a lot of bad memories.
I was about to say, yeah.
Well, he needs defense. I've been here as long as he has. Yeah. No.
So I do have a question for you, Abe. When are we getting this show?
Yeah.
Ooh, that will be a good one.
No, we're monetized now. With you can't do that.
Look,
we'll be talking about man buns and man's buns.
2 years, about 3 years ago, I pitched the show and they did not allow it. So I will not give the pleasure to the people to see it ever. I did shoot a pilot. It was 20 minutes of analyzing the starting the start section of watch.
Wait, you filmed a pilot?
Yeah, it's like I filmed a pilot of my Kurt Russell podcast, and I talked for like 15 minutes about all his hairdos throughout the years.
Wait,
and neither one of those shows made it to air. They didn't get past the upper management back then. Rustling on Russell, the Kurt Russell fan podcast, is still running.
They're all on the hard drive. Malcolm, roll it.
Yes, they're on the hard drive.
I mean, if it is on the hard drive,
that show evolved into something in late night in family game night. It was food or sex position where I give people.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
And they will guess what it was. And it was like 3 segments in like 100 shows, but I did it. And it was like really part of the show. Do you have any more questions? If you ask me a question, I'll remember stuff.
Jog his memory.
Malcolm, what are some of your favorite moments? Let
Well,
me
I
try
was
and
getting
Sawyer
there.
you.
I mean, like for me, like I initially got it's funny. Like my origins of sort of joining Tape 3 is really strange at first. Because I initially got signed on because they needed editor an extra. They wanted extra editors. But the funny thing is, I only ever edited one thing, and that was one of Jacob's reviews, and then somehow I kind of evolved to being a non-air personality more. So I don't know if it was because I did a bad job.
You showed up for an interview and you just kind of stuck around, but you were quiet enough that we forgot that you weren't editing videos, and then we throw live chat links, and you would just jump on, and we were like, all right, cool.
Yeah, the accent helped you, man. New Zealand accent saved you.
The fact you looked like Peter Jackson probably helped. Do you guys remember when we did that? We did a reaction and we marketed it as being with Peter Jackson.
That was great.
I know that thumbnail is in the Take 3 chat somewhere.
Fucking horrible people, by the way.
No, I want to say something about the editors.
Wait, Abe, go ahead, yeah.
No,
yes.
like there's been 100, like one Asher, Linus, Clark, me, Malcolm. There's been like 5 editors, and actually the only one that actually edited some stuff was Clark and me. Like the other people just edited like 2-3 videos. I don't care. They don't watch this show anymore. They know it's true. They're good people.
I don't think the term "burning bridges" has entered Abe's lexicon yet.
You see all those
Not burning dollars.
That beautiful late night with Tape 3. I don't know those 3 logos. The only logo in this channel that has not been designed by me is the one that Manning does not let me do.
I like to brush up on my Photoshop skills.
I made my own Fanda podcast logo, but Abe
did?
Abe thought it was so bad he didn't even recognize I had a logo. That's what he said to me. He says my logo. He's like, I saw you didn't have a logo for the Fanda podcast. I'm like, yeah, but I did. All right.
I mean,
what a good friend.
I mean, I remember when I tried making my own thumbnail for a ranking video, and then Abe was like, "I made a whole clean template for you to use."
I want to talk about something I remember of Abe is when he before we did Schmodown Summits live when they were pre-recorded, and Abe would do. I would always look forward to it every week when it would be like. Kristen or me, whoever was the host, would like intro you, would be your name, and then he would just write random things underneath it. Like it'd be like Manning Franks doesn't like mayonnaise, or just something random that entered into Abe's brain. Like there was a long running thing where you kept saying I was Batman in like different ways. You just like spends a lot of time out at night, has a cool car. Like it was just a running thing you can see in old summits. Abe wanted people to think I was Batman.
But yeah, I mean, it's. But I mean, for me, like some of my favorite memories involved actually competing in matches. So I know one of my matches I competed against Manning down the corner there. But then when they started doing teams, it's like let's team up. And
I remember that.
We started teaming up, and fan leagues from there.
I don't even remember we did teams.
We did. We were the Mind Flayers, remember?
Yeah, then we evolved into Gone for the Win. But
yes, and then I had to step away, so that's on me.
it's all good. But anyway, it's one of
Wait,
our
Malcolm, hold up. Daredevil at number 3. Just gotta toss that in there.
Yeah.
For anyone who knows that. That was back when Rankum you had saves and we did top 12 Marvel characters. And I had to save Daredevil, and Rob and Cody both forgot Daredevil was on the list. But by the time
he's one of my favorites, by the way, guys.
We were in the top 5, so we made it to number 3.
Great character, but I was like, when did we do? When was this?
This was early Rankum.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I want to say
this was back when we did Hangouts, and I had
yeah,
to save.
we were still in Hangouts, and saves were still around.
Google Hangouts. Wow.
But I believe Paige is leaving us shortly because she's got a study to beat Ben in the tournament. But
yeah,
Paige
guys,
is
online to kick that man's ass and wipe the floor clean with it. So,
oh my,
you guys stay tuned.
That's a visual.
I've actually studied with Malcolm before. Malcolm, have you been at one of like this? I was in one of you guys' study session, I think, or something.
Yeah.
He's been there. Malcolm's a smart guy, guys. By the way.
Yeah.
Family, we're not playing the showdown.
This is true.
And I also got to bring up that I threw out a comment in one of the shows that you guys were, I think it was backstage maybe, but I threw out the Fra Bateman thing. And
I mean, hey, maybe if I beat him, maybe he'll just like come crawling to me and just being like, "I want to ship us." So he'd be lucky to have me by his side, but
yeah,
I have the suspects for now. So
he is coming to Boston in November. So
he is, guys. He is. I'm gonna go to a show with a bunch of tomatoes and like old fruit and shit, and just.
Until they have to take you out forcibly.
What is it, 1913?
Like, who the fuck is this chick?
Another one of my favorite moments was from a charity watch-along we're doing for a film franchise. Kristen's probably going to kill me for showing this, but
I hate this movie so much.
Sticky! One more.
I'm going to show that to her daughter every year she gets one.
But yeah, they were doing a watch along for the Clone Wars, and Kristen was slowly getting drunk through the
It wasn't slow. The thing about it was John and Kristen set up because they hated the movie that every time Rada's nickname was mentioned, they would take a shot. And they took many.
Oh wow, you're
many
right.
a shot. That was where it came from. So that was by the end of the movie. They were plastered. And Manning and me were both sleep deprived, so it was like we were drunk. It was good times. That stream. Yeah, college for me as well. Oh my lord.
Wow.
But no, before I head out there, guys, I just want to say congratulations. That's a huge honor to be on the YouTube for 5 years, and you guys are still killing it. So, congrats to you guys. I love you all. I will be on. Hopefully, Malcolm won't forget about me, and I'll be on the horror Rankum so in October. So.
I've got all the names written down, so I won't forget this time.
Thank God. But no, I love you guys all, and congratulations. It's a huge honor, and you guys should be very proud of yourselves. So.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you,
and
Paige.
have a lovely night and enjoy the rest of the night, guys. Well, daytime for Malcolm. I don't know what day or time it is for him. So
yeah, it's like Tuesday for him.
Definitely
yeah,
Morons made the days not count. So
well, love you guys and thank you so much and congratulations.
Good luck, Paige.
Thank you. Bye.
Malcolm, can you check your DMs? But I think it's
Your mic's gone a little bit quiet there, Abe.
he said, "Check your DMs." He wants to slide into your DMs, Malcolm.
Oh, he's checking your. Oh boy.
Well, while
not
we're
on
waiting,
air, guys.
Malcolm, I have another guest who would love to come on and talk to us.
I mean, I can do that.
All right, let's bring on. What is this number? Well, we don't count Vinny because Vinny sucks. So I don't know. Guess number 2.
You don't count either.
Hi guys,
Vin
this
Diesel.
this is George Lucas. I just wanted to say
George.
that, poetry, it rhymes. That's what it does. It rhymes. And take 3. It's the number 3, which obviously rhymes with T. 3 T. So you guys, 5 years. That's an incredible time to be producing content. I've been producing content for more than 5 years, but I sold all that content away. I sold it, and because that's like poetry, Steven hasn't done it yet, but it'll take some time, and he'll sell it. I'm not jealous of Steven at all. Not at all.
Are you sure, George? I'm sensing something here.
No, I'm extremely happy with my wife. I got a Kennedy honor. Of course, Steven got one before me, but that's all right. I got an American Film Institute Lifetime Achievement Award, though Harrison and Steven got theirs before mine. Well, but I revolutionized the special effects industry. But of course, now CGI sucks, so I got that going for me.
George, if I may say, does Steven Spielberg have a franchise that has changed the course of history as we know it with Star Wars? I don't think he does.
Sure, it's called Jurassic Park.
Not the same. Not the same.
Indiana Jones? No?
That was technically both of us. So essentially what I'm saying here is I have no jealousy towards my good friend, Steven Spielberg. I'm kind of glad he's not directing Indy 5. He's just producing, because he's not good enough for it. Why is this anniversary making us all depressed?
George, I
It's
can't
like
answer that for
poetry.
you.
It rhymes. I'm going to go get a drink with Kermit now. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, George.
Bye, George. Jesus, what are you doing, my friends?
Yeah,
Sad,
George
man.
and Kermit not only sounded like they'd be nothing without Frank Oz.
But anyway,
All right, that's a stretch for George. He will be nothing without Frank Oz. He was doing kind of well before Frank Oz entered the picture there, guys.
But anyway, we mentioned earlier how Abe, when he edited the summits, he sent me some things.
Oh.
No.
I can't even read the bottom of it. You gotta get rid of the thing.
Oh,
I
wait.
can't even see what it says.
There we go.
Go back. What was the first one? I couldn't even read mine. There we go.
Broken.
I don't know what the context of that was, but it probably was true.
But that being said, I got some videos from some other people that wanted to be here but just couldn't. I'm going to play one of them now. I'm going to play this one.
Hey, Take 3, happy anniversary. I can't believe it's been 5 years. Wish I could be there live with you guys, but unfortunately, I'm working. Chicago says hi too, I guess. And congratulations. So proud of you guys. Love you all. Mwah.
Rachel looks like she's doing one of those cameos that we had to pay $200 to get her to do. Like Chuck Norris is like on Sever's movie. He's like, I just wanted to say, Evelyn wanted me to wish you a happy birthday there. Also, Rachel, is your job to just like watch trailers? What job are you doing there in Chicago?
Speaking of which, I know Jeff Snyder's on Cameo. Let's see if I can get him for the show.
How much would it cost to get Jeff Snyder? Mind you, this is Jeff Snyder who would come on our channel for free. How much would we have to pay him? I am friends with Jeff Snyder on Facebook. How much would it cost? I want to message Jeff now. Just be like, hey, Jeff, to get you on Cameo.
Well, wasn't the one time we got Jeff on there? Wasn't it because Jacob had said someone had said something about one of his matches? Like, I want to come on to the video and explain myself, or something like that.
Not that I remember. I remember reaching out to him and bringing him on. I remember him getting mad about something me and Kristen said on the summit. We were like, fuck. We said, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, it was during the Anarchy tournament. I think we were talking about him. Was it him and Andreyko? I want to say it was him and Draco and me and Kristen. This was before the New York event, and we were talking about how we thought he was kind of the weak link, and he was like, "No, it's not. No, I'm not." And we were like, "Oh yeah, they watched this shit."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's $20. It's $20 to get Snyder. So,
That's not
yeah.
horrible.
No, he's relatively cheap on Cameo.
I've seen some people who it's like the people like what is it, Kevin from The Office? It's like $350. It's like, dude, you know how much royalties you make from The Office? You don't need $350 to say happy birthday.
And it's very skewed. You look at some celebrities and they're like $50, and another celebrity's like $300, and it's like
soap opera actors are like $400. I'm like, guys, you're soap actors. You should actually be requesting. You should be paying me to get you to do a cameo.
Yeah.
But with that, I've got some other things to talk about. As always, we're going to start off with talking about the weekend's box office, something Matt likes to do.
I do. I remember talking about memories. I remember when we used to have the game. It used to be predicting the box office, and I remember.
Oh yeah,
I used to just rip off Perry Nemiroff. I used to just watch her videos, and whatever she said, except for Home Again.
I'm bringing that game back.
I would always say Home Again.
That's
was in the
awful,
top 5.
Matt. How could you?
I told you guys this every time we did it, except I would add Home Again. I say, but at number 1, it's gonna be Home Again with Reese Witherspoon. I don't even know if it's in theaters anymore, but it's gonna be number 1. I don't even know why that's. I think because it that movie underperformed.
That movie sucked.
It like what?
That movie sucked.
Yeah, but I'm saying I think it underperformed, and that's why I would always just keep saying that Home Again would be number 1.
Yeah. But anyway, this past weekend's box office, I'm probably going to be corrected on the pronunciation, but Shang-Chi made $71.4 million. Candyman is second with $10.6 million. Free Guy is third at $8.7 million. Paw Patrol the movie is still hanging strong at $4.0 million. Jungle Cruise is also at $4.0 million. But Matt, what are your thoughts on the past weekend's box office?
Shang-Chi, it's not shocking. New MCU movie. I'm not shocked that's at number 1. Candyman, being number 2, makes sense. Horror film. It's September. I think people are starting to get into sort of, even though it's not October, they're starting to get into spooky, spooky season, and so going to see a horror movie. Jungle Cruise still being in there is pretty impressive. That it's holding on. Free Guy makes sense that it's dropping down just because I feel like pretty much everyone who wanted to go and see in theaters has gone and seen in theaters, but I feel like it is still that kind of like, oh, you haven't seen this movie. I might go and see it again, but I feel like with Shang-Chi, I want to make sure I'm saying that correctly, the new Marvel movie. I'm not.
They have a whole trailer where he pronounces it to Aquafina. It's Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. The new MCU film. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to not be an asshole on YouTube, which in 5 years I really have not done a good job of. I feel like that's going to start pushing Free Guy out because it's the new action movie in theaters. But yeah, nothing too shocking except for the fact that you all are failing to go and see Boss Baby Family Business. It's still playing in theaters. I went to the theater. It's still playing. I was the only one in the theater once again. And you know what? Cried every time. I thought it was beautiful. The post-credit scene was one of the greatest post-credit scenes in movies. But I'm not going to tell you because you have to go and see Boss Baby Family Business with the after credits.
Tell them to watch a review. Watch a review. Tell them
watch a review. That's right. And it's probably the greatest review that has ever been on this channel. We wore suits for that review. We took it seriously.
But Garth, what are your thoughts about the box office?
I personally can't get out to theaters due to health reasons, so I'm I'm looking forward to. I think they have to wait 45 days, so it'll be like mid-October for Shang-Chi to be on streaming services. But I'm looking forward to seeing it then, unless it comes across my way by some other means before then. And Candyman, I'm not a horror guy, but it looks like a unique take on it, where it's not a reboot, it's a continuation, but it's like, what if it passes on through other people? So that looks interesting.
Manning, what are your thoughts on the box office?
Okay, so this is interesting because Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, make sure we get that full thing in there, because there's going to be a sequel, calling it now, because this thing performed above expectations from what we were expecting for the Labor Day weekend. I'm not shocked. I'm kind of very pleased and thrilled, because I don't want the movie experience to be dead. And thankfully, my movie theater was not super crowded, but it's enough. We live in a county where there is a mask mandate, so no matter where you are, people were following it. So I was very happy with that. And it wasn't super crowded, so I feel good, going in regardless of if the person next to me has been vaccinated, because breakthrough cases sadly are real at this point. I know we've lost someone that I know to sadly, even with the breakthrough case. Wasn't personal to them, but I know of them. So it is a scary thing out there, and I know people are being trepidatious about going back to theaters, and that's something we need to be cautious about, because I don't want the movie theater I don't want the movie theater experience to disappear. I want us to do it in a safe manner where everyone feels like when they can actually go, they can actually go in a way that they feel safe, and they actually feel like they can go without getting COVID-19, which we don't know when that's going to be, but these numbers are encouraging regardless to keep the movie theater experience alive, because most everything that is done relatively poorly, think about the Suicide Squad, think about some other films like Snake Eyes. Well, that's other reasons, but they have been doing more poorly at the box office. And it's encouraging to see something that is good for representation for an underrepresented population, that we don't get in a lot of movies, like for good Asian representation. And this does that in spades. So I'm glad that this did as well. And it's kind of set. Shang-Chi, excuse me, is set for the next little bit, because the next movie, the big movie to come out, is like No Time to Die or something.
Maybe.
Yes.
Is it? So,
who's to say it's still coming out? It's a couple
they
weeks
said
away.
it is. They said it is.
Yeah, and Top Gun was coming out in 2019, Manning.
Well, they've already moved. I think No Time to Die was one of the first ones that was moved.
Yeah, I think No Time to Die right now is locked because of how much it's been pushed and how much money is invested.
They're like,
I think now it's a do or die thing.
I legitimately say this. I say it about Top Gun Maverick. I will not believe that movie is released in a theater on its opening day until I'm literally sitting in a seat with a ticket stub that says I'm seeing No Time to Die or Top Gun Maverick.
All right.
Just at this point, because it's just like
they've been pushed back so much.
Yeah, but that's another news story. I'm sure.
Yeah, they were like No Time to Die was like one of the first movies since the pandemic to be moved. So the fact that we're finally going to get it soon is bonkers. But
Manny, about that box office.
Yes. All right. Yes. Thank you. Keep me on track. Candyman looking good. It's a big dip, from like the 60s for I think it plays 60% drop or something like that, which is not great, but it's a horror film and it did really great numbers the first day, so that's awesome. So what was that? What was that, Abe?
52.
Oh, 52.
52. 52.
Okay.
Yes.
52. Okay, so a little bit off. Hey, he's got the actual numbers over there. He's got the receipts. Yeah, no, I think that's really good for that. And Free Guy just continues to I'm impressed by that every day. Just the fact of how that is still going strong. So, but that's enough. Paw Patrol still is an anomaly. I have no idea, but I want to go out and see talking police dogs. I don't. Yeah. Well, we know.
I was talking about Free Guy while Paige was here. They filmed most of it around Boston in summer 2019.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
really?
It was cool seeing them film around. Saw the guy in the big rabbit suit and stuff like that walking around.
I haven't seen the movies, so that makes I don't understand that reference.
Yeah, it's going to be on Disney Plus at the end of September.
Oh wow!
I'm gonna pay $30 on the day before it gets released, and maybe you think they refund
Well, it
me?
wasn't. It wasn't. It's not.
Oh, that's
it's not
right.
a-
It wasn't one of
a
those
Premier
Premier
Access.
Access. That was the thing. Damn it! I gotta do that when they do Premier Access next time. I'm gonna wait until the day before and see if I can be like, whoa! I just paid $30 for this. Give me a refund, Disney.
It's
Because I
Disney.
think-
They're not going to do that.
Oh yeah,
No,
they're not
because-
just like, oh, you're
So I
money.
think. So I think Shang-Chi's the same. I think that's 45 days. So in 45 days, I think that's going to be on Disney Plus.
Oh well,
Yeah.
after the whole Black Widow thing, I think they're like,
Yeah, they don't do the day and date thing.
Yeah. But Abe, what are your thoughts on the box office?
So I have the numbers here. And
Okay, can I just say
What?
before you
he's
start,
gotta
Abe,
collect his. He's like a freaking Bond, but he's like, my thoughts start.
Mr. Bond. No, I love Abe.
Mr. Abe, I would very much. So, what are you going to do, Mr. Abe? Are you going to tell us about the box office?
Thanks,
Well,
Sean.
the facts are.
What I was going to say is I appreciate, Abe, the way that you I know you're about to make a point. Before you're about to make like a lasting point, you pause. All right. You get ready to do what you're going to do and you say, "You know, Manning," or "You know, Malcolm," "You know, Matt."
Abe's like a high school boy about to ask a girl at the prom. He preps and he's ready.
happens
He's
when
like a
you
dad.
actually-
What?
That happens when you actually watch your shows. Like Manning hears my voice way too much because he actually edits shows and he knows what people are about to say.
Yes, I do. Sorry, go ahead.
But you know, Manning, you know, Garth, you know, Matthew, you know, Malcolm.
Oh, Manny Andrea, so unlike you, I still remember the summit when I forgot to introduce the Mike Kalinowski interview. I said, "Hey, Abe, by the way, can you just cut this in before the Mike Kalinowski interview?" And that whole thing is in the episode.
Okay, you know, guys. No, okay, I'm just doing. No, that I can mention about Shang-Chi opening 71 million good stuff. I think the nice thing to see in the book is the drops. Like, we were used to seeing like films dropping like 70-60%, and now they're holding in the 50 and 40%, which is the most normal thing to see in the box office. So that means it's kind of healthy if you see it by the numbers. So that's a nice thing to see. Shang-Chi, I watched it yesterday. Really enjoy it. We're gonna review it, going with the win in the next. I was not there. I was asleep. Sorry, Manning. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
We're shooting an episode.
Well, thank you for doing that. I was gonna message you to be like, "Hey, are you okay?"
No, I was just asleep at 3 p.m.
Here, no, this is what we'll do. You record your review, and I'm gonna intersplice it in between your thoughts.
Send me the episode so I can listen to it and counterpoint you guys.
Oh, I'm doing this. We're gonna do this.
No, but healthy stuff happening. You know, Mo? Now you pointed out. Now I will never be able to say it again.
No, I'm sorry.
The drinking game of like every time he says, you know.
But anyway,
It's okay. Wait, one more thing, Malcolm. It's okay, Abe. Just want you to know, I edit myself every day, and I'm picking myself apart because all the times I say like or as filler. Oh Lord, I cut those out as much as I possibly can because it's so much. So do not take it as being self-conscious about it. Please do not.
that's why I don't edit myself, because I know how much I say in it.
It's the worst when you hear yourself say so many times.
Yeah, because I studied film and TV a few years ago, and it was, and I had to edit myself, sort of doing a profile. Was like, and the amount of times I said and I know I said it a lot in my whole description, but
I like how during you talk about saying you're like throwing out every other word.
It's amazing how the Asian race just say a lot.
I'm so horrible at that. I've always been. That's why Second Look can't be live. You guys want to see how many? I should one day release an episode that's just the unedited audio. It's just going. So James Bond. Fuck. What did I write?
Honest question: Does that make me a bad editor? Because I never cut that from people. Like I just let them be.
Yeah, well, if that would require you to watch the episode you're editing to know to cut that stuff.
I think that's personal preference. If you don't want to make it all polished, some people in podcasts I listen to cut, like, you can tell when they've cut too much and it starts to become really choppy. But I think if you get rid of every stuff now and then, it's fine. That's what I do.
It's a preference thing. Like, I edit that stuff out of Second Look because they're like video essays, and you don't need to hear that. But like, if say we did like a condensed podcast version of Late Night or something, depending on what they're saying, it depends. I left a lot of ums and other shit in Simple Truth and Nonsense, I can tell you that.
But yeah, Late Night Take 3 with edited arms.
With edited arms.
Well,
Malcolm's videos would be like, and now,
I love how I attempted a Jeff Goldblum, but it just went into my Jimmy Stewart. Like,
you're in that same family.
Yeah, well, we're both, and we enjoy staying on. I wish I had $1 million.
No, look at her, make sure. Yeah.
Is that Jimmy Stewart or like drunk Elvis?
No. Wait, how does Elvis talk? Sorry, Malcolm, go ahead. Sorry.
Are we still doing box office?
Yes. But anyway, like my thoughts on the box office, the fact we've got movies making getting up to, because I think globally it's about $100 million already. So I think the fact we're getting movies back to that level again is boding well that more and more people are going to the movies. Whether or not they're being safe or not doing so, I don't know. But I think in the States most theaters require you to be vaccinated or at least negative tests, and is that right?
Nope.
So at least at my theaters, if you are vaccinated, you don't have to wear a mask. But if you are unvaccinated, you have to wear a mask. Though at the 2 theaters I've been to recently, no one's checking a card or anything. So
in Boston area, it's masks are they redid a mask mandate for indoor stuff, so people have to wear masks regardless. But they never really looked for like verification of.
Well, you see, I was in Mr. Smith's Washington, and I filibustered, and I can filibuster here because I can talk about a lot of stuff. Because it's all about the children when you really get down to it. Mary, I'm going to filibuster. So then the X-Jet comes in, thus introducing the X-Men into the Marvel Universe.
Take her away, Ian.
Yeah, take it away, Ernie. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
I think that's the transition.
That was a precious selection. That was so random, I forgot my point.
But anyway, but like we mentioned Chris Clark earlier, I wish I had a super.
I just wanted to, before we leave box office going, I wanted to ask you guys a question. I forgot what podcast I was listening to where they were discussing this, so I hate that I can't give credit, but with everything we're seeing of, obviously breakthrough cases and, mask mandates and all this other stuff, do you think we're going to see movies hit like in the billions anytime soon again? Or do you think that's kind of a bygone era for right now?
I mean, I don't think it'll be anytime soon. I do think we will start seeing that again, but once the box office kind of starts getting back its stride after the pandemic sort of rocked the boat a little bit, because I think it's going to be a case of it's kind of like, in my opinion, this is kind of like a reset, because Jurassic Park was the first $1 billion movie, from what I remember. So it could be a bit of a few years before we get back to that level again.
I don't know.
It would have to be a really big movie for that to happen, though. But yeah,
I'm not sure because I mean, Godfather, Jaws, and Star Wars were all huge.
Now,
like they hit $1 billion before Jurassic
I will
Park, but
first. I
could
think
be
we need to
wrong.
look into inflation to see like in translation.
Yeah, that's true. Because you gotta because like $100,000
Avatar,
in
maybe,
1975 was and what $100,000 in 2021 is.
I mean, I know with inflation, I think they've done the maths and Gone with the Wind is the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yeah,
it's because back then movies would play for like a whole year.
Yeah.
You know, they'd stay in the theater longer,
and the options were very limited back then.
Yeah.
So that's like that you saw that. I'm surprised it's still Donald Trump,
Wikipedia,
not like
which
Wizard
is
of Oz.
maybe not the best source in the world to go on, but I gotta go on it. It says that Titanic on March 1st, 1998 became the first movie to gross over $1 billion worldwide. So
okay, I think Jurassic Park had a similar milestone. I think there's $1 million though. It was something.
well, because Jurassic Park broke.
That re-release. No, that re-release broke the wait.
Well, Jurassic Park got re-released in '94.
Pushed it to $1 million. Same to Titanic. Titanic was like in the first round. It was not a $2 billion movie. It was the second.
Yeah.
The $2 billion.
Yeah, and same with the Avatar, where they. Yeah, Avatar got bumped up again because they re-released
I know
it.
Jurassic Park held the. It was the highest grossing movie of all time until Titanic in '98. But for weekend box office, it only held that until '95 because that was Batman Forever. I don't remember. I wasn't there, but I know Batman Forever beat Jurassic Park.
I think Jurassic Park was the first. It's got the record for the slowest race to 1 billion. I think it had a record for that came out of some box office thing. I'm not too sure about that. Titanic was the first one to reach $2 billion. I think. I'm
going by Wikipedia, which all my teachers in all my years would tell me this is a very reputable source that I should be quoting. So.
Well, I mean, if Jurassic Park wasn't at 1 billion, they'd add it. But anyway, no.
I mean, because it got re-released in '94 and 20, and I want to say so. It definitely has hit the $1 billion mark by now.
Yeah, with that Avatar, like after Endgame, beat Avatar, like did a re-release.
Yeah, they re-released in China just to beat Endgame, which is just going to be in a couple of years. They're going to release Endgame for something, and it'll win. That's just what it's going to be. It's just going to be James Cameron and Kevin Feige for the rest of the time, just re-releasing.
And it's Disney winning it, you know.
I was at Disney's like, oh no, stop it, you two, stop releasing it.
What they're going to do is they're going to re-release Endgame in 2025, because that's the year the majority of Endgame takes place until they do the time travel.
Yeah, no, they'll definitely do that. They'll re-release it again in 2028 for the what would that be? The 20-year anniversary.
Yeah, and I can already see the promos.
Look at
blink back into theaters. You know, it's like
with
the whole blinking.
Point to make. Sorry.
Yes. So the first release, Jurassic Park in '93 made $912 million.
Is that adjusted for inflation though?
And when it, no, not adjusted, just normal. Then in 2013 it was released and it made $118 million more. So it wasn't until 2013 when it reached $1 billion.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
So can I?
Jurassic Park made a shitload of money, and George is depressed over here because we're talking about Steven's film. Thanks a lot, Malcolm.
What I was going to say in regards to the question that was presented is that it's going to be like an event film. It's going to be a Marvel film. It's going to be Spider-Man Far From Home if we're going to get $1 billion. It might be Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. It's going to be one where there's something that drives people to the theater. I think No Time to Die will do great, but it will not do $1 billion because only Skyfall.
It has been 6 years since the last James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fan base that was and the last James Bond, you guys gotta remember, Spectre kind of sucked.
It did.
So
And
like, it's not even like it's coming off Skyfall or something. Like
No,
James Bond,
Quantum of
and
Solace and
look,
Spectre weren't great.
I love James
No.
Bond. My thoughts on the Daniel Craig series are well known, but
Yeah.
even as just a Bond fan, I could say it's not. Maybe if it came out more recently, but yeah, it's because I mean they had to go in. My friend Tony was talking about this on one of his streams. They had to go in and reshoot product placements because the products that they have for product placements aren't available anymore. So they had to go in and reshoot.
Wait, what?
To make, yep, look it up. They had to go in and make new product placements because the products that they had before weren't available, and therefore the product placements were pointless.
What stuff was not available?
I gotta assume it's probably like a cell phone or something that they updated it to the newest thing.
Yeah.
Probably some, or maybe some background thing that they use.
I gotta say, has the pandemic already depleted something from our lives?
Yeah,
Well, some
a lot of
phones
things,
and stuff
but
go obsolete very fast, you know.
yeah.
Especially if there are glitches with it. So
that's true.
In a couple years,
Yeah,
people are gonna be asking for the No Time to Die, the Coca-Cola code instead of the Pepsi.
Coca-Cola cut.
Oh my
And-
God, yeah.
And my prediction for one of the movies that could get that billion, you know, we've got coming up in December, we do have Spider-Man No Way Home, maybe, but we'll see how theaters are then. Eternals in November, maybe. But for me, I think the Batman, depending on how it turns out and how it's received, that's not until March.
But the problem with
2022.
Batman is R rating. You gotta factor that
That's
in.
true.
Like shrinks the audience that can go and
Well,
see it.
Joker.
then
Let's
it
not forget Joker.
Yeah, no. All right.
And that and Doctor
That was
Strange both come out in
bananas.
March next year,
True.
so that's enough leeway that I think by then more people will be.
I think if Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire are in
Yes.
No Way Home, I feel like it might be able to do it just because you will get a bunch of people who are like, oh my God, I grew up with the Tobey Maguire movies. He's in a new Spider-Man movie? I haven't even seen the most recent ones, but let's go and see it just as like a novelty.
Yes.
People will go and see it.
Especially around Christmas
yeah.
time with families,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you get the multi-generational thing.
I was going to say, because you'll have like people who were young when Tobey and Andrew
You got the
were
Tom
Spider-Man,
Holland fans
then-
and the Tobey Maguire fans, and
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like for me, I just hope theaters open up again so I can go see movies.
When do they open up for you, Malcolm?
I'm hoping it's when we go down to level 2, which is speculated to happen, or
One
this
just
week.
won't simply walk into a theater.
But because like in level 3 and 4, like the cinemas are closed.
Well, I gotta say though that New Zealand has done it right from the get-go, where it's like, oh, we got this small spike, shut it down, shut it all down.
Yeah.
Whereas America's like, hey, full capacity theaters,
fine.
what the hey?
But yeah, I mean,
unvaxxed, whatever. Start making out in the theater. We don't care.
I mean, yeah, it's one of those things that like I don't know what like there's like last year what happened is in level 2 the cinemas were open, but there was talks about them changing the restrictions in level 2, so whether they change it so that like cinemas and that have to stay closed until level 1, which means I won't be able to see movies unless I do illegal fit means, which I do not want to do. But
We do not condone that here on the Take 3 podcast, do we?
but anyway, this is one of those moments I wish I had a supercut of Chris Clark, because he's made a lot of he said a lot of stuff on our things, like we did reference on the rank of musicals where he said Hitler was number 1. And I do have that clip somewhere, but I don't have it cut out of. But I do have the whole video downloaded. But this is one of his that I did find a clip for. He was introducing Abe for something, but then he just had a slip of the tongue, and
Indeed,
because
indeed, indeed. And I'm gonna go straight over to Abraham Simpson. Not Simpson. I'm thinking of the Simpsons. I'm thinking of the Simpsons.
I don't like John.
Sorry.
I've laughed more this week than I have in a while.
Holy cow, we were so young.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know you say it because of me. It's like hair in the beard, right?
No, it's also my.
No, I had my
everyone.
short hair. I was shaven.
I know. We're like.
I also wasn't super chubby. Oh God! I hate you, Malcolm. This is just reminding me of better times when I was in college and didn't hate my eye.
But anyway, I'm going to play another one of our videos that sent in. This one is from a Hobbit.
Hey, Take 3, happy anniversary. I'm sorry I couldn't be there in person to celebrate, but I wanted to send in this quick video congratulating everybody who's ever been involved for the last 5 years. It's been a roller coaster of a ride. I'm very proud and grateful to be a very small part of it, from reactions to watch-alongs to marathon charity streams and everything in between. I have so many fond memories of Take 3. So thank you for allowing me to be a small part of it. Congratulations, and here's to another 5 years.
I like how I'm the only person that got cut out of that.
I was like formatting. I just saw
see that, but thank you, Rob.
Yes, thank you.
Rob was another person like Manon who started in the fan leagues and then just somehow ended up as part of our team. You'll see that's a very just classic thing. People just show up and don't leave the chat, and then we just go, "All right, you're here."
Yeah,
you guys have always been inclusive like that. You're like, hey, you want to be on? And then it's like, bam.
And then they just don't leave. It's like Cheers.
And I'll play another one over here, actually.
Hello,
why
Take 3
not?
family, and happy 5th anniversary. I'm sorry I couldn't be there live with you guys to celebrate, but I just wanted to say congratulations. It is no small feat to survive this long in the veritable hellscape that could be the YouTube community, but you guys have done it with style and grace and just the right level of geekiness, which is probably why I was a part of the channel for a little bit there. But seriously, I just wanted to thank you guys, because I honestly wouldn't be where I am in the overall movie community if it weren't for you. You guys reached out to me, a very shy nerd with pretty much no camera experience, to be on the special Schmoville admin v admin worldwide movie trivia battle against Rossica, which I did win. It was a little controversial, still to this day. But yeah, from there, you just kind of opened the door and let me into your home, and I just had so much fun hanging out with you guys on Rankums and Schmodown Summits, Schmodown Reactions, Watch-Alongs, so many fun things. And yeah, it just kind of became a second home for me to celebrate the things I love with the people I love. And I just met so many amazing people and continue to grow and grow in this community. So yeah, I just want to say thank you for letting me be a part of it, and congratulations to everyone that has been, still is, and will be in the future members of the Take 3 Productions family. It is a wonderful place for a bunch of nerds to just be together and go nuts on the internet. So with no judgment, which is a big plus. But yeah, so congratulations on 5 years. Here's to 5 more. Way to go, you nerds.
I think shy nerd with no on-camera experience is like the description of every Take 3 member.
And I love that Jen is from this area, and I like just threw a random comment in the Facebook group about, oh, all those board games, and I know you're in the Boston area, you should stop by Kamikaze, our comic store, and she's like, oh, that's where I got a lot of these. I was like, whoa, wait, what?
Yes, thank you, Jen.
Guys,
thank you, Rob. Everybody.
Yeah, thank you, Jen. With all respect with Jen, I have never heard her voice like that, because usually her audio was kind of weird when I edited, and this is the first time I think I heard her actual voice.
Schmodown went to Twitch, and she had to up her game. Unlike us, we were her we were her garage filmmaking days. Now she's up to studio level.
Wait, the Schmodown went to Twitch?
Yeah, where have you been? I don't even watch this one, and I know that.
I'm so been in the
Well,
movie sphere with
technically
movie
the
reviews and
technically the
festivals.
FCL is on Twitch, but
Okay.
Voice.
Okay. I don't know. I'm just being.
You sound like you're trying to do an old roasting, and it's it's great.
What is this
wow.
trench thing people talk about? Get off my lawn.
What is this? I'm like, we've gotten 15, 20 minutes, and it's already better than the first.
New Moon? You talk about
already better.
Twilight?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the
I'm watching it for the
only
first time.
Twilight
I'm
movie
watching it
I
tonight.
remember.
I'm catching today. I'm watching it today.
Okay, it's better than the first. I can already say that confidently.
I'm part of all these Patreons, and when it dropped on Netflix, it was like everyone was doing a watch along, and I was like, oh fuck.
I remember
Late to the
not
party,
thinking
the
it was
World Girls,
horrible.
and everyone were like, "Oh, we're gonna watch the Twilight movies." I'm like, "What?"
I can't remember which one they were doing. Because Late to the Party dropped a clip on their Facebook page. They were doing a reaction to one of the Twilight movies.
Well, 'cause
And then-
Rob
and-
They're
and-
doing
and-
reactions. They're doing watch-alongs and reactions to
hasn't
all of
seen
them
them,
for the.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
there was. I say in one of the Twilight movies. They had an actual power cut, and
my
so that their
no.
lights went down and that in the watch along. And like they were joking about it that the gods were trying to save them from the movie.
Yeah, well,
save us.
Try to send a message. But Manning, who are you, Team Jacob or Team Edward?
Jacob's kind of a gaslighter, kind of really horrible, and
Well,
but
they're all horrible. I mean,
Yeah,
you
man.
get
they're all horrible. Literally, this is like
Yeah.
this is the
Werewolf
worst
Boy
type of
falls in love with
relationship.
us.
I
I
haven't
mean,
gotten-
No
Sorry,
spoilers,
spoilers.
Barf.
Werewolf
Everyone-
Boy falls in love
Spoilers
with
is the second
CGI
one.
baby, for crying out loud. I mean,
So
how creepy can you get?
you have to deliver the drug somewhere else. I don't want to.
We're definitely demonetized now.
Dave's not here, man.
But anyway, going to move on. We've got at least one trailer that I came across that dropped this week. We got a trailer for the Ryan Reynolds, The Rock, and Gal Gadot team up movie, Red Notice. I'm not sure if we're going to get another guest. That's just going away somewhere. But Garth, did you watch the trailer for Red Notice?
Oh yeah, and basically you've got the Hobbs and Shaw guys, Ryan Reynolds and The Rock together, and then you throw in Wonder Woman, or I guess Giselle from the Fast Nine, since they're in that. They're all in part of the Fast Nine or the Fast and Furious franchise. So, what were you saying, Matt?
Ryan Reynolds was in Hobbs and Shaw.
He's the villain, yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, or secretly the villain, I should say.
Oh. Well, thanks for the spoilers. Obviously, I haven't seen the movie.
He's the Rock's
Wow.
buddy and pal and partner. And
You're
ropes
just
him
making
into
it worse, Garth. Now I have even less reason to watch that movie than I
It's a fun, goofy movie. I mean, just throw
Is it
your
about family though?
yeah. They go and visit family. Yeah, it's actually all about family. It's about Hobbs and Shaw's family. They go and visit their families. They like it's the sister and the mother, and then they go all the way to Maui to meet the Rock's family. His mom and brother.
Roman Reigns.
What's his name from
Yeah.
Moana? There is he just? Let me
Yeah.
say, hey, you're welcome.
Yeah, no, they do that. They do the whole
Really?
that I forget what it's called in Maui when they do the dance thing. Yeah. No, the like chant thing that they do in Maui. But anyways,
Garth, I tell you, I don't know what your day job is, but don't quit it to do film synopsis.
No. My day job is comics artist. So no.
Are you listening to the song there, Manning? Because I see you dancing. No, he's watching the trailer. That's
I'm
what
watching the
he's
trailer because I didn't watch it.
He's like stall.
But anyway, Garth, what did you think of the trailer?
It was goofy fun, and like I was saying, is that it's basically just a mishmash of all those, the Hitman's Bodyguard, the Fast Furious stuff, Gal Gadot kicking butt, and Ryan Reynolds cracking wise and whatnot, and getting beaten up. So yeah, it's just a mix. So if you like those movies, then I think this one is a good enjoyment, or should be.
Manning, what do you think of the trailer you watched before the show?
Yep, I just watched it before the show, not right now that I just finished literally 5 seconds ago. I like it. I this definitely comes across as something I would see in. I have no idea what you guys were saying beforehand, so I might have repeated everything you just said because I was like, "All right, what's going on in this trailer?"
Manning, if you are somehow able to repeat everything we said, I will give you money.
I wish I could take you up on that offer, but I can't because I can't remember diddly squat. Okay, I will say the camera has a really great kinetic energy that I'm really appreciating, where it feels very alive. Like it's moving. It doesn't feel stagnant. There are very few stagnant shots, except when they're literally talking next to each other. But the camera feels alive, like it's a character in and of itself, and I appreciate that when watching this. It definitely has the vibes of almost a 90s action movie. In the sense that these are big name stars, maybe 80s is the more appropriate term, early 90s, late 80s action films where it's two big stars teaming up together to do this. I don't even know what they're trying to truly do, but it's basically these people playing themselves. Ryan Reynolds is playing himself, and Dwayne Johnson is playing himself, and Gal Gadot is playing herself, which is basically Wonder Woman. Because I don't know what the extent of her acting abilities is. No offense, because I truly do not. I just do not know.
No, they're very much the same as their characters in the Fast and Furious franchise. I mean, she's Giselle, and they're
I heard you mention Fast and Furious, so I know that part. You guys talked about that. So. But no, I like it. I thought when you said the one trailer that had come out, I thought you were talking about Kenneth Branagh's Belfast, and I was like, oh, he saw the.
I thought he was talking about the Moon one, which.
Yeah.
Which check out Matt Link. I made a comment in the SEN Live. They were talking about the Moon trailer, and I joked they were talking about like what song should be played at slow pace, and I joked Bad Moon Rising, and Matt Link made a great video of it. And I
don't want to miss a thing. You just mean every space film ever from now on. Fucking, I'm gonna recut the trail for 2001 with that song after we get off.
But somehow those two trailers slipped past me, so I didn't put them in the notes. But Matt, what are your thoughts on Red Notice?
Use the pandemic. Malcolm, use the pandemic. Say that they couldn't get released yet because you're not on level 2 or something. I don't know. Trying to help you out. I saw on Facebook, and I'll say it here. The 2021 reboot of Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego looks pretty decent. Because tell me that's not the plot of this. Is we have a chick dressed all in red stealing artifacts and two people trying to stop her. That's literally the plot of those games.
Wait, what games again? You said?
Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Oh.
Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego?
Which they really should combine with Where's Waldo. Those two need to be a couple.
But it looks it's good. I mean, it's definitely banking off of you liking these three actors, and I happen to. My one issue is, and I love the man to death, but this was a similar issue I had. I remember when we were talking about the Jungle Cruise trailers. I love The Rock, but that man is the worst spy ever. He sticks out like a sore thumb. He would never be a field operative because he sticks out. It's the same problem I have with Daniel Craig. The two guys stick out like sore thumbs. But you can hear me.
Yeah, they walk into a party and it's like everyone.
Everyone looks like there's that. I talk about this everyone, but there's that scene from Casino Royale where he's standing there in the Hawaiian shirt and the khakis. I'm like, who might be looking at that guy like standing like this, and I'd be like, that guy is up to something. He might be like secret police, or I don't know. He's up to something. But yeah, it looks like a fun trailer. It's a Netflix movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going straight to Netflix. Yeah.
I am so bad with Netflix movies. Like, I still haven't seen Triple Frontier, and I love Ben Affleck. So it tells you how horrible I am. I remember my brother recommended Project Power to me. Still haven't seen that one, though I heard mixed things about that. But, like, I haven't seen the George Clooney, Felicity Jones space one, which I really wanted to see. I love those trailers, but I didn't see. Yeah.
Wait, what movie?
I have no fucking clue what the name of it is, but it came out on Netflix.
It's Midnight Sky.
Midnight Sky, and
Midnight Sky. I forgot about that.
And I wanted to see it, but I just Netflix movies and me just don't. You know what the problem is? The problem is with me is whenever I go on Netflix, it'll be like, okay, I'm thinking about watching a movie, and then it'll be like recently watched like Community, and be like,
hey, you haven't finished this episode.
Like 5 hours
blah, blah, blah.
later,
Yeah.
5 hours later, I've watched her like half a Community, and then I'm like,
yeah. Hey, you want to watch Bo Burnham Inside again?
So yeah, maybe I'll watch. I gotta put down to watch Midnight Sky. I might watch that tomorrow, actually.
I still haven't seen Bo Burnham's Inside. Apparently, it's the thing.
Yeah,
it's
my favorite of the year.
I don't watch. That's the first Bo Burnham thing I've seen since his Vines. So
do you need special cameras to do that?
It was decent though.
Yeah, the amazing lights and little just basic stuff that a lot of people own. The way he uses, his feet pedals, and it's wonderfully done.
It was impressive to see him do that.
Yeah, it's one of the most impressive. Like, I don't care for his. I tried to watch. I remember I love Inside so much, and me and my girlfriend were trying to sit down and watch his other. I could not get through it. I couldn't get to the first.
No, yeah, his older, and he even does that in Inside, where he's watching his old videos and talks about, I'm so sorry, and he apologizes for being a douchebag in his younger years.
This is my jam. No, turn that music off. No, this is my jam. Hey, Jesus, can you give me more? Yeah, sure. Oh, Jesus.
Well, that was good. Some of his
Vines were
his Vines were great.
Yeah.
So, Jesus throws in a water bottle, it turns into a wine bottle.
I was just gonna say one last thing is that watch the green room thing with all the older comedians, and then all of a sudden Bo Burnham is there, and they all have Mark Maron and Ray Romano and all these people are like, who the fuck is this kid? And he's like, who the fuck are you? And he like blows them away. He gets on the piano and blows them away, and they're like, "Oh, he's got talent,"
Huh? I didn't know this.
But anyway, I'm going to go to the man who looks like he's trying out new poses for album covers. But Abe, what are your thoughts on the Red Notice trailer?
Way to take my jokes, Malcolm, and just
tell me which one you like.
All of them.
I watched this trailer at 6 in the morning before falling asleep. Sure. I don't know, I think I've said it many times, I don't get excited about many Netflix movies unless it's some director I like or respect a lot, like Martin Scorsese, which I think is the only one. No, but it looks fine. It's an action movie with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot, which probably is gonna be way too long because they gave them all creative control. And it's gonna happen as many other Netflix movies, which will be cut like 20 minutes. But it looks fine. As Matt say, I remember this is the plot of something that I don't recall. And when Matt said, I think he said on Facebook, on Twitter, it's Carmen Sandiego, I said, oh right, I've seen this plot before.
Yeah.
But
I watched it, I'm like,
it has three
where in the world is
attractive
Carmen
people.
Sandiego?
I will watch it just for the sake of watching it. So that's me.
But yeah, I mean, I'm with Matty. I'm also really bad when it comes to Netflix or any streaming service in general, because there's a whole bunch of Netflix originals that I haven't watched. Like, I haven't watched the last one, Reynolds one, Six Underground.
I don't even remember
Magnets.
the movie. And it's
basically,
just
yeah,
movies.
F9 is a ripoff of 6 Underground because it's lots of
It's
magnets.
just movies like Stranger Things season 3. Binge that in one day. Like when it comes to Cobra Kai season 3, binge that in one day. Like it's movies. I'm just like, I'll get to that. No, I never get to that.
I've still haven't seen Cobra Kai or season 3 of Stranger Things.
You are missing out on Cobra Kai. Terry Silver's coming back. You know, Silver.
But anyway, moving on. We got a handful of movie news coming out. One of them has already been spoiled by Vinny. But we've got a Jungle Cruise 2. We've got Jungle Cruise 2. There's a Jungle Cruise 2 in development. We're getting a sequel to the John Cena movie Vacation Friends that's on Disney Plus. Disney is reviving the Rocketeer with a movie called Return of the Rocketeer. Alfred Woodard is playing Dr. Cody in the Salem's Lot movie. Top Gun Maverick and Mission Impossible 7 have been pushed to 2022. Jabari Banks has been cast as Will in the Bel Air reboot, and there's a new Expendables movie in the works with Jason Statham, Randy Couture, Dolph Lundgren, Sylvester Stallone is coming back for that, and 50 Cent, Megan Fox, and Tony Jaa is going to be joining the franchise in that. But Matt, what are your thoughts on these news?
Top Gun Maverick getting pushed back pisses me off to no end. I just want to see this movie. Like at this point, I will. At this point, what? I can't even process that one right now.
Watch the Jaden Smith one. That's where you got to start.
That's not even the fact he learns Kung Fu in that movie. The title doesn't even make any fucking sense whatsoever. The only reason why it got made is because Will Smith wanted to cherry pick his kid a career, and it's horrible. It's stupid. It pisses on one of the greatest coming of age movies of the 1980s. Fuck that. The Kung Fu Kid.
Club?
The Kung Fu Kid. Then he did After Earth, and now Jaden Smith is a pretty chill dude. But back then, he was just stupid Will Smith's son.
Mati, I have also not seen Karate Kid, so do not feel bad.
What? This is like Malcolm not watching any of the Rockies. How have we been friends for 5 years and you've never seen a Karate Kid? Like at no point when I talk about them, you never went, you know what? Check out one.
It's not streaming.
My favorite part about Rankum is
DVD doesn't
I'm
exist.
still surprised when Malcolm's like, I haven't seen that, and I'm like, why am I surprised?
I mean, I saw the first 2 Karate Kids for the first time last year.
Here, where is it streaming? Where is it streaming?
Well, you know you can pay for movies, man, and you know that's a feasible thing you can do,
they're all
right?
on Netflix.
That's what the movie theaters
I think
are
they're on
for.
Netflix in New Zealand.
I think they're all on Netflix.
I don't care, man.
Oh, they
you
are.
want to watch the Karate Kid movies? I will give you money to rent them.
Can actually pay for stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
let me tell you, this job is not exactly, and if my bosses are hearing this, whoops. But don't go into news for money. You're not going to get paid a lot.
Don't go into the creative field in general if you want.
But anyway, after we sidetracked Matt, but Matt, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, God damn, I'm gonna have to do some Karate Kid videos on Second Look and the Fandom Podcast, I guess. Yeah, talking about I was talking to Paul Denuzzo earlier in the week when the news got announced, because obviously Ed Harris is in the movie, so Paul and me had a collective cry that movie's being delayed. And at this point I said, drop it on Paramount Plus for $30. I'll watch it, and then when it gets released in Dolby, I literally saw Top Gun when it got released in Dolby. I've seen that movie like 100 times, and yet I still went to the theater to go and see it. So I know they're not going to do it, but I just want to see it. It's supposed to come out in June of 2019. I have a cup that says Top Gun Maverick, June 2020. So, like, I just want to see this freaking movie. I just want to see the new Mission Impossible. I get why they're being delayed is because I get the pandemic. I get studios put in a lot of money and they need a lot of return. I get it, but fuck, I just want to see this movie. Other stories that stuck out to me, except for obviously the biggest one. A lot of honestly, my mind's all over the place because this Karate Kid stuff. Yeah, so Expendables 4. I'm extremely. It's not really Expendables 4 from what Stallone has said. It's a Lee Christmas spinoff. That is Christmas is Jason Statham's character name, or at least that was the last time I saw Stallone. Maybe that has shifted into Expendables 4. I don't know, but I'm still under the impression that's a Christmas movie.
It's sort of their Hobbs and Shaw to the Fast and Furious.
Yeah, Lee Christmas. But I'm excited. I love the Expendables movies. Legitimately, please do. I love the. I still say that I think the first Expendables is one of the best 80s throwback action movies we've gotten. Like it's the plot's a little dumb, sure, but it's so much fun, and I love all these movies and all these actors. That it's just awesome to see them back again doing what they do, and Stallone still looks incredible for his age. And he has some awesome lines. What are other stories that you said? I can't even remember other stories that you said except for the Top Gun and Expendables.
I mean, it's we're getting a sequel to Jungle Cruise and Vacation Friends.
I haven't seen Vacation Friends, Jungle Cruise. I've seen that movie.
But we are losing Abe. Abe, we can be find you online.
Sorry guys, my mom needs me to do something and it involves food, so I'm hungry. See you guys. Have a nice day, weekend, nice 5 years. You know, I will reveal the secrets of Take 3 when I leave. I will post a 3-hour video of me talking about everything that has happened.
He's gonna do a tell-all book when he leaves, and no one remembers the shit. In like 2045,
I will never leave. I will be the last member of this channel, and I will just load clips of every other video when everybody's gone. And my name is Mary with 4.
Hey, just write the book and then just
so you better start
having your will to be released.
I'm gonna write the book, and then someone else gonna write a book about this too. Oh, that Twitter thread. I don't know many people do those right now.
Well, once you write your book, I'm gonna release my book, which is a response to your book debunking all of your stuff.
Then
obviously,
will direct the movie.
Yeah, and Viggo Mortensen will play me in the movie. Andy Serkis will play Abe in the movie, but he'll be all CGI'd. Manning will be played by Orlando Bloom because they got the hair. Malcolm will be played by Peter Jackson in a cameo role. Yeah. Yeah, remembers. I don't know who they'll be played by at this moment from the
But anyway, Garth, what are your thoughts on the news?
Yeah, it is a bummer that things still get pushed off because resurgence of things and all that. And there were, as they see movies that should be big blockbusters, not get numbers that they'd like in theaters, and the resurgence of, things in places like in other countries besides U.S. Are being more careful, like New Zealand and stuff. So you're gonna get diminishing returns on a lot of movies. So it is smart to push them off, but it's a bummer because these are all movies that have been like pushed and pushed and pushed. Like No Time to Die got pushed so many times. Now they're kind of locked. Now they have to come out in October, no matter what. And so Top Gun. I mean, I'm the old guy who saw the OG Top Gun in '86 when it came out and stuff, and I had the Kenny Loggins soundtrack, of course. Hanging with the Boys, the best song. It's a bummer that these movies get pushed off, but you do understand the logic of the studios. If they can push them off and earn more money at the box office, it makes sense. As for the Jungle Cruise sequel, I haven't seen the first one yet, and the other one, no. Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, of course, I have the Top Gun soundtrack. I almost bought on vinyl. I only have a record player.
And
I
on
bought on
vinyl.
vinyl.
And it skipped and scratched.
Back in my day.
Yeah, it is.
But Manning, what are your thoughts on the news?
Oh, after I give my news, I will have to skedaddle because I still got to finish editing Gone with the Wind because I have not done that. But I wanted to stay as long as I possibly could because what Take 3 has meant to me in these basically. I joined about a year and a half after the inception. At least I think. I'm probably wrong. But what Take 3 has meant to me, I just want to say, is just it has been a place to be able to have some people that you care about to be able to, and they care about you, to be able to talk about movies, and just these wonderful, beautiful nerds over here just kind of talking and chatting and getting closer together through movies and what the movie experience has to offer. And I just want to thank you all for who are listening, and all those who will listen in the future, whoever hears this. Online can bring people together. It's both a blessing and a curse, of course, but the blessing is that you get to meet people that you wouldn't meet in your own backyard.
And I'll say, as someone who was here when Manny got brought in, we have been extremely lucky to have you as a part of our team. Your insight into everything is insane. Like I go on Win, and I'm like, you guys actually watch all these movies? I just watched Top Gun 5 times in a row last week. You guys are watching all this like festival. Like I know about the like Sundance Film Festival. You're talking about the like. Did you guys watch the Zork Film Festival that was in Greece last week? A lot of
that's my favorite film festival.
No, but seriously, and obviously, Manny, I know when I was doing Vinny, you were talking about, but it's been so much fun whenever we get to do podcasts just ourselves. I always have fun talking with you one-on-one about. I think we've literally only done episodes on Star Wars, but we will do a Bond episode when you get through all those episodes.
You were doing Vinny someone else. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, well, the pandemic, we spent so much time together, we've essentially become one person.
Oh no, oh dear, that must have been painful to merge like that.
It's the sequel to Stuck on You, except it's called Suck on You.
But what I was
Vinny's your symbiote.
But anyway,
more like my
yes, what I was going to add. Oh boy, what I was going to add. Well, Matt, first off, you know what that means. You're going to have to come back because the last time you were on, you talked about James Bond, and I promised you'd come back to help us review No Time to Die. So you have to come back.
I hope I like this one, or else it's just gonna be me bitching about Daniel Craig again.
Yes, it might be, but you know what? Hey, he's brought back the old Aston Martin, so who knows? I love that.
That was in Skyfall.
It was like at the very end. It didn't really count. It really didn't count. Come on. Anyway,
right. I'm trying.
My news. Basically, what I've solved the Jungle Cruise. I really don't know why they bring it back because it really kind of ended on a note where it's just like. Okay, fine. I don't like Jungle Cruise. I really think it's like a half-hearted attempt at a film to make cash. Literally, it's not. There's no heart to it, and it's like the first Pirates of the Caribbean, which is trying to emulate, had heart to it. This one does not, and I see right through your ploy, Disney. You can't fool me, even though I gave you my money. So, curse you.
They won.
They won in the end because I must see that. But at my news station, I do reviews for them. And I told people don't go see it. So Disney, still, you let me use your clips for stuff, please. Don't say I can't.
So Rock's gonna go on Twitter and be like, "This freaking kid, Frank."
I know. I'm not afraid
to see my movie.
I know. I'm not worried about Disney. I'm worried about The Rock over here calling me.
I mean, he called out
also
Scott
being
Vance
very
about
blunt
Baywatch.
about
So
yes, he did.
He's not
So, I mean,
above
on
it.
that note, I've got the special guest of the Rock here coming in.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Scott freaking Mance. I remember back, it was October 3rd of 2016 when it started, and it was amazing. It's been 5 years.
Thanks, Scott.
I haven't done that in a long time. Oh,
Wow.
my Lord. I've done Scott Mance.
I'm like 6 months older than Scott Mance. I'm like, right there.
God, man. And the other thing I wanted to add also too was like things being pushed back. I totally get it, especially those action films. You want to make sure that because those are not ones you can kind of have like isolate and do like, small dramas. These have to be on a larger scale, and that takes more time and effort, energy, money, and being able to make sure you have the chance to be able to spend time to make sure they're the best they can possibly be. I totally get it. In comparison to something like, as I mentioned prior, Belfast, which again, that's more of it's set in a town, so it's a lot easier to do in comparison to an epic that is Mission Impossible 7. I am sad. I am very sad, but I'll see. At the end of the day, I got to use it one time for a joke. And again, yeah, that's my news. And on that note, may I say my thing, Malcolm?
Yeah.
You may find me at Twitter at Cine_man. That's CINE_MANN. Wait, what else do I do? Oh yeah, I'm the host of Take 3. Died on me. I just show up.
Let me do my thing. What was my thing?
What is that thing I'm going?
That's my life. My life is like, hey, I have ideas, and then blanking on what the ideas are. So I'm literally
Then
editing the
forget to tell us
podcast
he
right
does
now.
reviews on a news station, but when it comes to Take 3, he forgets what he does around there. All right.
I know,
Really
right?
fun.
I know, but yeah, no.
Hey,
You can find
people,
me
no,
here
remember,
hosting
guys.
Gone with the Wind, as well as here on the what do I do?
That's the
That's my
question
quote.
we've been asking for 5 years. I know
What do
I
I do
have.
here?
What do
Everyone
I
asks that when they get here. What do I do here? Yeah, you can find me on Twitter and Take 3 here, hosting Gone with the Wind, as well as being here on Late Night with Take 3 and rank him when I can make it in my schedule. So that's it for me. And with that, I bid thee adieu.
Watch Cry, kid.
But with that,
Say yes.
but yeah, for me, Jungle Cruise and Vacation Friends getting sequels, great. I haven't seen the first ones of those yet. I know Vacation Friends is on Disney Plus. I'm not paying $40 to watch Jungle Cruise right now. I'll wait till it's free on Disney Plus. But like Top Gun Maverick, and I didn't even know Mission Impossible 7 was there, kept coming out this year.
They're cranking them out. Yeah,
it was gonna be. It was gonna be double top.
Yeah, it's similar to Keanu Reeves doing the Matrix and the John Wick. We were going to get double Tom and double Keanu.
Malcolm, it was going to get 2 nominations. For
it still could. It just won't be for next year's Oscars. It could be. It's why they move it. They know there's so much Oscar competition that they know Tom had to. They don't want it to be a Ben Affleck situation where he'll get snubbed.
And they did one mistake with Top Gun Maverick is when casting Goose's son, they really should have cast Ryan Gosling. Come on, Gosling, Goose's son.
But yeah, I mean,
I'm not sure at the time.
It's a joke. It's a joke, son. A Gosling's a baby goose.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, I know.
That's Goose with 2 O's.
I mean, I know how good buddy PJ Campbell's excited that we're getting a Rocketeer.
Oh, just PJ Campbell. Okay.
I mean, everyone. I mean, you didn't talk about it, so I didn't.
I literally told you I forgot about all the news except for Top Gun because the chat's over here breaking my mind. You're gonna hold that against me?
Go ahead. Say you haven't seen the Top Gun movies.
Rocketeer is awesome. I love The Rocketeer. It's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time.
I got the
sequel
collection right over there. The Dave Stevens, the massive bear.
That is.
I haven't seen Top Gun Maverick. But anyway, of course, I mean, I have seen the original Top Guns. I think we've talked about the original Top Gun before. Anyway,
I talk about that movie often, so. Well, to quote Sarah Michelle Gellar from Scream 2, well, there's no accounting for taste. No, I'm kidding. You don't have to like that. Did you like Iron Eagle better? Is that it? Were you an Iron Eagle person?
But yeah, I mean,
wait, you didn't enjoy? That doesn't mean you didn't love. because you can love something and not enjoy it. Believe me, that's how marriage works, or so I'm told from the film Marriage Story.
But anyway,
Oh my
right.
God, I didn't see Marriage Story. It's a Netflix
So I mean,
movie.
a new Expendables movie, like the Expendables franchise is great.
What's the
It's
question
fun.
mark for there? It is great.
I mean, 50 Cent and Tony
Oh.
Jaa joining it is like they're both big action stars. So I'm not surprised. Megan Fox, on the other hand, joining is interesting. I don't know if she's done anything
No, they
since
just
Transformers.
the Expendables. Yeah, they just throw everyone. I mean, but you got Harrison Ford, and Bruce Willis, and Schwarzenegger, and Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean,
Where's Kurt Russell and Jackie Chan?
Yeah.
Come on.
They haven't announced them yet.
No, I've been saying ever since when they would be like, "Who would you want to see?" I'm just like, Kurt Russell and Jackie Chan need to be in the Expendables movies. That'd be awesome.
Indeed.
Malcolm's like, I don't know where to go with that.
No, I was about to say, but no, I was about to say, Madi sent me a private message saying he's got the Karate Kid on Blu-ray and they're all available Canadian Netflix. He said he'll let you know at some point, but I let you know now.
He'll let me know when he watches them, and even if he does like them, he's gonna say he hates them just so he can break me on another chat.
It'll be weird seeing 50 Cent in the Expendables too. I mean, but it was one of the cheapest shows I ever went to. It only cost 45 cents. It was 50 Cent with Nickelback.
Oh my God. I
But anyway, I've got a couple more videos from people that I'm going to play. I'll play this one. Garth might recognize the person.
Hello everyone, it's Vernon from a Fans View YouTube channel. I'm stopping by to wish Take 3 Productions a very happy 5th year anniversary in doing what they do on YouTube and all social media for us. There's a lot of great shows. I myself have had the privilege of being on Rankum, and honestly my favorite memory of that episode was with Malcolm and Richie. We pretty much had to do a walk of shame off of the program because we did not vote GoldenEye as the best movie to video game adaptation. And I'm sorry, we voted Ghostbusters on NES and Aladdin higher than that. So yeah, I was quite embarrassed with our top result for that, but we all know that GoldenEye is the best game ever made from a movie into a video game, and honestly one of the best video games ever. But aside from that, guys, happy 5th anniversary. I'm looking forward to everything else that you guys are going to do in the future, and as always, everybody have a great day.
And the last one I'm going to play is from one of our frequent ones that pops up in the frequent supporters in the chat. It's Brian Nussbaum.
Hello there. Well, congrats Take 3 on the 5th year. A channel dedicated to comic book talk, ranking, and stuff that Malcolm have never seen. My favorite memories of Take 3 has to be some of the funny stuff that comes out of Rankum, especially the time when Malcolm said no to a New Zealand film, which was in the Redux version. I would say the other moment I would probably say is when Leroy Stitch, a direct-to-video movie, made it to possibly winning Best Animated Sequel. And memories of content, I would gotta say, probably the original crew, which was Chris, Jacob, what's his name? Oh yeah, Matt, the Kurt Russell show. And also, I would say another moment will also be part of the Rankum episodes, which were great. And I think that was it. Well, I would say congrats, Take 3, and may the Force or the Shorts be with you. Malcolm, I don't know who you are, but what the heck happened to your beard? I mean, you don't even look like Malcolm. You look like another person I don't even recognize. And, please, live long, and always, may the filthy be with you always.
Thank you, Brian. Also, I just want to say, guys, I know everybody goes on Rankum, but there are other programs that have been on this channel for 5 years. Several of which I have written, produced, and fully starred in, and not a
Why don't
soul
you
has
remind
mentioned.
us of some of those?
So, thanks. Gotta remember that the next time I'm spending 3 hours editing a second look episode for 6 years. Thanks, everybody. All right. Fucking Rankum. I'm not going on the show anymore in protest now. Screw you, Malcolm.
But anyway,
yeah.
I don't know if there's much else left to talk about now. Like, so I think this is probably the end of the show for today.
Well,
it's always a lot of
show
fun.
ends. There's one more person who wants to congratulate us on 5 years, Malcolm. Like, go and get him. He's a pretty big get for us. As always, he's on. So I'll get him. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to chill out the party before you were to turn off. But I just wanted to say I hope you all have total recall of the last 5 years, because if you don't, that would be a lot of collateral damage. If you didn't get it, it is me, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Because I love the Take 3. I love all of the movie talk you do, particularly when you talk about my movies, like Batman and Robin, which, by the way, I was incredible as Mr. Freeze in that film. But regardless, you all do such amazing work over here. Like Matt, with Second Look, it's just such a good show where you break down the films in such a insightful way. And also the movie fandom show that Matt used to do, where you would sit down, you would talk about movies in such a smart, insightful way. And also the fandom podcast, which Matt is in charge of, where you sit down and talk about different topics in such an insightful way. What I'm trying to say is Matt produces a lot of content, and he spends a lot of time editing it, but a lot of people don't watch it because it's not a live video where they're ripping off John Roca and Matt knows. But, that's perfectly okay. Regardless, I wanted to say Take 3. You're all amazing. You're all my friends. I met people like Kermit the Frog, Vin Diesel, and a drunk Italian man from New York City because of your show. And it's just so much fun. I actually just met George Lucas, and he was super depressed, but it's okay. I made him feel all the better. So thank you, Take 3. You're all amazing. And by the way, I'll be back. I said it for you. All right, goodbye, Take 3. You're all amazing. Thank you, Arnold. Those were beautiful words about the programs that I produce.
But with that being said,
I'm gonna make a poster for all my shows and have Arnold's recommendations for them.
Garth, where can people find you online?
Garth McMurray at all the social media except Instagram. It's Garth_McMurray, and you can find a lot of my comic art there. And then I appear on various shows like Rankum.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know if Matt's actually invited you to one of his shows.
True.
But Matt, we can fund you all.
I don't know. I've spent 5 years, and apparently it's amounted to nothing. So, just like high school. Oh, okay. Bad joke. No one laughs at. Yeah. So, before I do my plugs, I suppose I'll just say this. And this goes back to at the beginning to where I really couldn't remember a lot of moments, is because since 2016 or 2017. I can't even remember. But since I joined this channel, since I joined the Facebook chat when I became a member, I have not gone a day without speaking to or talking about or producing content for Take 3. And that is something that I never would have thought. And it's been incredible to meet so many great people, a lot of which were on here and also produce videos, and just this whole crew and all these people. I think, especially, online communities that have like hundreds and hundreds of people in them, you look at the MTS page, it's like, yeah, you might know some people on there, but like, I get to know these people and I got to become friends with these people. And it has been one of the biggest honors of my life. So much so that I don't have it with me, but my graduation cap has, from when I graduated college, has the Take 3 logo on it, because that's how important, how much this channel has meant to me. It's allowed me to grow as a content creator and as a movie pundit, and hopefully it will continue to do those things, and we'll continue to get to have fun and do crazy things, and I guess only rank movies, because that's the only thing we do on this channel, apparently. But no, so to everyone who has been watching since I joined, who was a part of the fan leagues, to everyone who came in when we started doing our Schmodown coverage, thank you. And to everyone who has continued to stick with us, thank you. We don't, I've always said this behind closed doors, we don't make any money from this. I know we have monetization, but like the way YouTube has it set up, we ain't ever making any money from this. And yet that's never been the purpose. This channel wasn't created to make money. This channel was created because it was just a bunch of people who love movies and the Schmodown and all these things and just wanted to talk about it. So thank you guys. And as always, you can find me at Kearns_Matthew on Twitter, MattMovies611 on YouTube, and right here as hosts of one of the other programs that's not called Rankum, first which being Second Look, a video essay series I produced. Episode went up about 2 weeks ago, I want to say, 2 weeks ago, on the hunt for October. We talk about James Bond, so talk about the first Jack Ryan film. And second show I host, actually I host 3 shows, I forgot about that. Second show I host is called the Fandom Podcast, which is a really fun show. I have some topics in mind, just trying to, I have some guests who have some topics. It's all just figuring out recording times, but hopefully I can announce one pretty soon. And also, it just dropped on Friday, the new monthly series that I host with Abe, Simple Tricks and Nonsense, is out. I think this is going to be an incredibly fun show. The first episode was about me and Abe talking about underrated comic book movies. We both bought 3 comic films that we feel are underrated, and we get some knowledgeable conversation, but obviously it's 2 friends just kind of hitting record and going from there. So look forward to I guess I can kind of tease next month's episode. It's contingent upon Abe and watching a certain streaming series about a football coach. And if he enjoys that series, that will be next month's topic. If he doesn't watch the show, who the hell knows what the topic could be. But yeah, so that's everything I do.
And not American football, correct?
Well, Maybe he was at one point. Malcolm, you are muted.
Yes, I am.
Nice work.
But yeah, for me, like being a part of this channel has meant a lot to me too. Because like I've been here since probably about 2016, thereabouts.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I've been here long enough to have 160 episodes of Rancoms.
Oh, good for you. It must be easy to have 168 episodes of something you don't have to edit.
But, I mean, it's one of those.
Sorry.
I mean, it's one of those ones like, but and say that like, just knowing everyone, like from people who aren't here, like Chris, Jacob, Case, like, to the people who are still here, like, Manning, Abe, Kristen, Doug, I mean, Chris and Doug are still around. They just had their lives have just kind of got all over the place.
You also
but,
got Cody and Brooklyn in there as well as two of our great former members. A lot of people. I know we just haven't mentioned them yet on this stream, and
I did a big post. I mean, I did a big.
Yeah,
post,
you did a big post. You're covered.
And while speaking of Chris Clark, I'm loving what he's doing outside of Take 3, also where he's got that big show with Ben Bateman and all these other people going. You know, that's a huge.
Should be something good.
I mean, he should have invited Battleog. I mean, to
Why?
do questions.
To like MC it. That actually could have been funny.
I mean, honestly, I could imagine Matt and the movie guy just riffing off each other very easily.
Who's the movie guy?
Paul Preston and Adam Witt.
Oh, okay.
Because the other ones, I think, emceeing it. I know. So I think if I remember rightly, I think Chris's band.
Well, Paul Preston, movie guys, call me. Have your people contact my people. Just DM Arnold Schwarzenegger on Twitter, and he'll get that to me. He's my people.
But yeah, I mean, this is one of the ones that, like, who knows? I'm surprised we have this long. But this is one of those ones like. Who it might not have if it wasn't for me discovering StreamYard, because obviously Google Hangouts but StreamYard came to our
Did you buy that?
I got for free. But yeah, like I discovered StreamYard and said, look, this is a free service. Initially, it was free. Then they added things. I put on I paid money because it was helpful and it's helped a lot. And it's one of those ones that we're still going to this day.
I like how this started as a very emotional message about Malcolm's, time of the channel, and it's now just turned into a StreamYard promotion. Malcolm, they do not sponsor us. I know they gave you a free duck, but they don't pay us.
It's product placement.
That product placement is pointless if they're not giving money for it.
I mean, how do you know they're not giving me money?
Well, Malcolm, you do know what is sponsoring us. Superman 78, the new comic series. You love the Chris Reeve films. You hate the Chris Reeve films. Whatever. Read a book, kids.
And pick up your copy today at Kamikaze in Davis Square, Somerville.
Those people.
Sponsoring us is KFC.
Sponsoring us is the DC Comics adaptation of Star Trek 3 Search for Spock. Is this available in stores anymore? Maybe not, but they're still sponsoring us.
But yeah, I'm just so muddied you didn't know it. Anyway,
I have a Dick Tracy pin from 1990. Get on my level.
But anyway, but
When Warren
anyway,
Beatty and Madonna were a thing.
Yes.
I still haven't seen Dick Tracy. But anyway,
It's got Pacino and De Niro in it. Come on.
You dumb dick.
But anyway, maybe Garth and Matt will do a fandom podcast on Dick Tracy. Who knows? But anyway,
It's not going to convince you to watch. I've talked about Dick Tracy like 9 million times on this channel.
I mean, you convinced Netflix to put it onto Netflix or something.
How would I do that?
I don't know. But anyway, before this gets off the rails, as it already
Oh,
is.
before it gets off the rails?
I didn't know it started on the rails.
I think when I demonetized us, within the first 50 seconds, I think it went off the rails.
But anyway, you can find me hosting Rankin on Saturdays. Next week's topic is going to be top 12 comic book movie sequels. You can find me potentially doing a late night next week. If I think of a topic, I'll probably announce it for the next couple of days. But that being said, I'm only going to do this once. Until next time, take care.